Hi, how are you? It's a Small Business Tuesday. My name is Jenny Boom Boom, and we do this every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. We have a Small Business Tuesday where we feature all kinds of businesses from around the area and just talk to them about everything that they got going on. And then every week I have the business that I spoke to nominate the next business. And so it's been going really well. It's like kind of like a chain reaction, and we're getting to learn so many things about all these small businesses around us, and it's super important to, of course, support small business, go and buy products from small businesses, have services done from small businesses, because we have to keep these small businesses alive in our communities in order to keep our communities going, right? So tonight, our first person we're going to have on the show is Crooked Tattoo is the business, and the young lady I'll be speaking to today is Eva Perez, who, by the way, was nominated by Industry Hair Studio. Richie Cuts actually nominated this business, and I'm excited to talk to her. So, hi, Eva.
Hi, Jenny Boom Boom.
How you doing there, darling?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for joining me for Small Business Tuesday. I appreciate it, and I recognize you, so I think we've met in the past. You do look very familiar to me. I'm sure we've been out partying or something together.
Probably, maybe.
when we still used to party, So who is this joining you today, Eva?
This is Mr. Gray. He's my husband as well.
Oh, well, hello.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. So how you then, somewhere along the way. So Richie Cuts over there at Industry Hair Studio, he nominated you. How long have you known Richie?
Richie I've known, I think, like 2 or 3 years. Jasmine's the one I've known longer. We went to high school together.
Oh, yeah, she's really lovely. I got to talk to her a couple weeks ago, and she's just such a nice person, and I just love everything that they're doing over there at their hair studio. So tell me a little bit about Crooked Soul Tattoo. I know you're located at 47 Whiting Street in Plainville, so give me the rundown. What's happening over there?
All right, so we obviously tattoo. We also microblade. We have a clothing brand named Inked Gang. And we also have a microblader. And we do tattoo removal.
Okay. So what was the last thing you said? I'm sorry?
Tattoo removal.
Oh, wow. So you put the tattoos on and take the tattoos off. Okay. So that's awesome. You have a lot of services going there. The microblading, I know everybody's been talking about that. Like, everybody loves the microblading. I haven't had it done yet, but tell me a little bit about that process.
So it's kind of like a tattoo, but it's not permanent. It's semi-permanent. I'm not the one that actually does it.
Okay.
So, I mean, if anyone's interested in that service, I would have them either contact, the Crooked Soul page, or they could go on our website, or they could contact Jessie directly. Her name is Beauty Brows by Jessie on Instagram.
Oh, little frozen action there. Oh, okay. Okay, Eva. Oh, no, I think we're losing Eva. Oh, geez. And I was just getting into the microblading, which I'm excited about the microblading because everybody's been talking about how easy it is. And, you don't have to done more than a couple of times, I think. So, oh, you're back, Eva.
Yeah, it lagged. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's no problem. It might be on my end anyway, because every time there's a storm, it's like the friggin' whatever, you pay all this money and nothing works right. But so the microblading, you said to contact what was the person's name?
Beauty Brows by Jessie.
Okay.
Or they could go on our website and contact us that way too.
CrookedSoul.com. Yep.
Okay. Awesome. So tell me about the tattoo services that you offer. I've never had a tattoo personally. My kids have. And I feel like all my friends have tattoos. I'm just like the only one left. So tell me a little bit about your tattoo services. What is the most popular tattoo that people get?
Well, so everyone here has like kind of a specialty, and Eva's is more like realism and stuff like that. Black and gray realism. So like for her, anything like that, that's what she gets typically.
You do black and gray too?
I do black and gray, but mine's more like a neo-traditional style.
Okay.
I have 2 other artists as well. They do color. They do black and gray and color.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, I mean, are people, the color one, are people still getting a lot of color? I mean, because I feel like I see everybody with just the black now. Is that still like a really popular thing?
Yeah. People still get color. Definitely. Yeah.
I was just curious. I really don't know too much about it. Just letting you know, my daughter supposedly, she texted me this morning. She's like living in New Jersey now. She, I think, has an appointment with you guys. And when she saw me, she's like, "I'm coming there, Mom."
That's awesome. Yeah.
So she's supposed to come in like the next week or two. I think it's like Halloween weekend. She was coming to like get something added to her tattoo on her back, and she was getting like a sleeve started. And she goes, I think she said, "Do you have someone there named Brittany?"
Not Brittany, no.
Okay, I don't know. I can't remember who she texted me earlier, but she said she has an appointment there, so she'll be coming there in the next couple weeks.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
Yeah. So she heard some great things about you guys because she was actually getting tattooed from someone else before this, and now she switched. So I guess you heard some great things. How long have you guys been in business?
We've been open since November 2017.
And so, I mean, what drove you to want to open up this business? I mean, you know, opening any business is hard. So what were you thinking about it?
So, my husband, he was retiring from the military at that point, and I was working in a different shop, and it felt like the right time to like finally do our own thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And are you guys originally from this area? Is that why you decided to open in Plainville, or?
We're from we're nearby. We live in Burlington, but like we just love this area because it's kind of like central to everything. Like you have Southington, like Bristol, New Britain, Fairfield. Farmington. I'm sorry. Everything is like really close by. There's lots of easy highway entrance and stuff like that. So that's why this location was like perfect for us.
Perfect. So as far as the tattoo removal, tell me about that process because, you know, do people come in there like, oh, I hate my ex and I need this taken off? Or I would imagine that's the type of stuff people get off, right?
Yeah, the reason we even got started in it, because obviously that's not something we even had in mind, but the reason we got started with that was because a lot of people would come and they'd want to get like something kind of ridiculous covered up, like really bold tattoos that are like heavy black and stuff like that. And those are really difficult to cover up because a cover-up essentially really just camouflages what you have. It doesn't really cover it up, you know what I mean? And so we started looking into other ways to doing it, you know, and we found a couple different tattoo removal processes, but this one is like an all-natural. Non-laser, and we're actually the only people in New England or the tri-state to even offer it. So we were really excited to bring that over here and it's been pretty good so far. The results have been amazing, and a great amount of support for it.
So it's not a laser. It's not. It's something more natural. Is it sandpaper? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's actually painful. No, it's actually really similar to getting tattooed. Like the process is really similar to getting tattooed, but you know, there's a lot of other technical aspects to it. So
really.
But anyone's interested in getting like tattoo removed or anything like that, they could through the website. They reach us through the website, and we'll get back to them.
And free consults too.
Yeah.
Free consults. Okay. So the strangest body part anyone has ever wanted to tattoo? The strangest.
Well, I think I got my armpit tattooed. I don't know if that counts.
Armpit tattooed?
Yeah.
Anything, or is it just like, I mean, like?
Nah, we were just at a convention. We're like, hey, let's do it.
So what did you put in your armpit?
It's a rose.
A rose in your armpit. Okay.
Yeah, random, right?
So the hair, I'm imagining like the hair would eventually, like, even if you shave it, it would eventually cover it back up and stuff, right? So it was just
it grows in, but you know.
I would have thought that the armpit would be super sensitive, like that skin under there.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was actually really nervous prior to doing it, but then once we got started, it was just like
you're like
adrenaline or what? But it wasn't too bad.
So when me and Vic were first together, I told him I was going to initial his. I was going to put his initials on my vajayjay.
Okay.
Right? No, I loved him that much at that time. So the problem with his initials are VD. So, and then everybody would have thought I had a venereal disease.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah, that's ugly.
I'm
right?
glad you didn't go with that.
So, show me a little bit around Crooked Soul Tattoo. I want to see what it looks like inside.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah.
This is some of the artwork we have up here and everything like that, and then
like from like local artists or.
Oh well, most of these are actually Eva's work right here.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then we a little bit more. These are some of the stations and some more artwork.
Like that.
So nice in there. I love the color on the wall. So nice. It's a good gray.
Yeah, lots of gray. And yeah, there's our merchandise here, just some of the stuff that we sell.
And what is your clothing line called again?
Ink Gang.
Okay, Ink Gang. I like that. And so can you only get it in the store, or can you also buy it on your website?
It's available on the website and at the here at the shop. And also because of, you know, for you, we're actually doing a special, and it's Boom Boom TV. For anybody that makes a purchase will get 20% off.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we decided to do it in honor.
A little name drop there, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate the little name drop. So my daughter just texted me, and she was like, mention I'm getting my tattoo there. You have the name wrong because they said there's no one named Brittany there, but maybe I just messed that up anyway. So, and Stevie Nunez, shout out to you. He just joined my live. So, you know, it seems like you guys have a lot of awesome like services there. You said tattoo removal. Of course, you can get the tattoo, you can get the microblading, which I'm so interested in the microblading because oh, okay. So come up, like, yeah. I'm getting old, right? You know? So yeah, it looks good. Oh, it's Alyssa. Summer said it's Alyssa.
Alyssa, yeah.
I don't know where I got Brittany from. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got that from. But Alyssa, she's coming to get her tattoo with Alyssa Halloween weekend. So watch out for her. She's a pain in the butt. But yeah, the microblading's awesome. So how much does that cost?
So it starts at $350, but depending on like if you know, depending on how you do it, because you could do strokes or you could get like the powder look. So it depends on what you want to get exactly, but it starts at $350.
Okay, all right, awesome. And what's your prices like for tattoos? Like say I want to get VD on my vajayjay.
We might charge a little extra for that one.
That's ugly, right? That's a bad decision. But no, how much, what's the price range for your tattoos?
So shop minimum's $80.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on the artist.
Each artist charges differently. So it all depends on what artist they're going with and what they're looking to get done. So it's kind of, you can't really give a ballpark unless you know what the tattoo is going to be.
Yeah.
And do most people come in with like, do they have an idea of what they're going to do, or do they look in a book? Like, what's the process like if I want to get a tattoo at Crooked Soul?
So for the most part, most people, they come to us because, well, we have a really good reputation, a really good following, and people love our work. So for the most part, people come to us with concepts and allow us to develop the ideas. So, you know, like for like instance, for like Eva, somebody might want like a clown, you know, like a laugh now, cry later theme or whatever, and she, you know, then she would develop the design for it and everything like that.
Really? So you'll draw it on the paper and show it to me ahead of time, or are you just going to freehand it? Because if you're going to freehand it, we might.
Everything ahead of time. We do the designs ahead of time, but like because of like the good following we have and the good reputation, a lot of times people just come to us with the concept. You know what I mean? Like they just want a specific concept, and we come through with the designs and everything.
They let us design it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sound really kind of stupid because again, I haven't had this done before. But did you study art? I mean, how do you guys just know how to do this?
So I've been an artist my whole life. I did go to college for it. I mean, I didn't get a degree with it or anything, but...
Where did you go to college?
In Tunxus. I just went to Tunxus. But, I mean, I've been an artist my whole life, so it's just another medium.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And
my daughter just commented that you're embarrassing her.
I don't know how I'm embarrassing her. I guess because I'm asking questions about tattoos because I've never had one before, and I don't really too much about it, honestly. So with Crooked Soul Tattoo with COVID, how did COVID affect your business? I'm sure you guys had to close down for a little while. So tell me a little bit about what happened during COVID.
Well, it hit us pretty hard because we had to completely shut down. We weren't allowed to do anything at all. And so, you know, the bills are still coming. And, you know, we were just kind of waiting around for, we had to wait till phase 2, like I think a week or so after phase 2 until we were actually able to come back in and open. Mm-hmm. But like as far as like the health policy and all that other stuff, that really doesn't affect us too much because of what we do, we have so many standards that we have, health standards that we have to follow already. So the only thing that we had to add was the face mask and like the social distancing aspect of it, you know, making sure that clients have enough space between each other. But other than that, everything else we were already doing before and always.
So it as far as the health precautions, it didn't affect you greatly because you guys were already having to make sure everything was super clean.
Yeah, that's the way we operate. And
closing down sucked, huh?
oh, it hurt. That hurt us pretty bad. Yeah.
It was 3 really stressful months.
Yeah.
Really stressful.
So, I mean, with you offering so many different services, I don't really remember how you guys reopened or how the state reopened. Were you guys allowed to open for one service at a time? Or, I mean, was your shop just able to open back up with everything that you do?
Well, the tattoo removal, that's a new thing, but all the other services that we had going on, we were allowed to do it, but we just had to do it like, we just had to make sure that we were spaced out.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
They couldn't have people come with them. It's only them.
And one of the things about tattooing, normally people like to bring people with them, just either they'll like friends come together and they just sit with each other sometimes and things like that. So that's the only major difference. Like people have to come by themselves now and stuff like that,
So that means a lot more conversation from you guys. Now you're probably freaking exhausted. Gotta talk to these people all day.
Well, no, we have fun in this shop. We usually have the music going, and we're going, and we're just kind of like we try to keep it like a super fun, light environment. We try to make sure that our customers are enjoying themselves, because then the tattoo doesn't suck too much. They're not thinking so much about the pain. They're just thinking about the good time they're having. So we always try to do that.
That's good, because I feel like I would think of the pain, but I've given birth 5 times, so I pretty much could get through it with no problem.
You'll be fine. Yeah, you give birth 5 times. Yeah, you're gonna be.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, absolutely.
I'm definitely going to think about coming there and getting something done, because I think I should get like one tattoo, because everybody gets tattoos. Like, I feel like I have to get something. My only fear is, and has this ever happened to you guys, that you did the tattoo and someone afterwards cried like, "Oh my God, why did I get that?" It's kind of like a bad haircut, or no?
So, no, we're pretty good here. Yeah, no, we're pretty good here. So.
There's never been anybody that cried afterwards like, "Oh my God."
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, we're pretty solid here.
No, we're okay over here. That hasn't been before.
Yeah, no.
There's been a couple times I got my hair cut and I was like, "Oh hell no."
Oh really? No, usually the reaction we get, people love what they get, because we're really good about bringing their ideas to life. That's what we try to do. We strive for here, to just bring people's ideas to life and give them that happiness. You know what I mean?
And every time they say this is their only one, they always come back.
They always come back. So yeah, you come back for that one, I guarantee you'll be back for another.
Well, that's awesome. That's so great. Well, I'm gonna have to come and visit you guys. I'm not too far from you in Plainville at all, so I go down there all the time to Plainville, so I would love to stop by Crooked Soul Tattoo.
Definitely.
Absolutely, come anytime.
Yeah, so I'm going to be bugging you. Now, first of all, I want to apologize because I said your name was Eva, but I've heard you pronounce it Eva.
Yep, Eva.
I'm very sorry about that. I apologize. I normally ask everybody, too. I just thought that was a shoo-in for me, but I guess not. But I going to be texting you, Eva, on Monday and asking you to nominate another business that you would like me to feature for next week. So you'll be getting a creepy text from me on Monday, and so... Don't be like, "Yo, this bitch won't leave me alone." So what is your website again?
It's
CrookedSoul.com.
Sorry.
CrookedSoul.com.
You know what? We can actually, if we decide to open a strip club too, we could do the strip club on there too, and we can call it the Crooked Soul Strip Club. So you like fun.
Have everything going right. We'll have that all.
So crookedsoul.com, and they're located at 47 Whiting Street in Plainville. And congratulations on your success. I hope that everything is starting to really bounce back for you guys now.
Yeah, our clients are amazing. They've been supporting us even through when we were shut down. We were selling art, and they were purchasing our art and clothing and everything like that. So big thank you to all of our clients and our amazing supporters.
And I really love the clothing brand name again. You said it's what? Ink Gang?
Ink Gang, yeah.
I love that.
We got a t-shirt waiting for you too, so when you come.
Thank you very much. That's dope. So congratulations again. So everybody check out their website. It's crookedsoul.com. And again, it's 47 Whiting Street in Plainville. And I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Gray.
Greg?
Gray.
Mr.
Okay.
The color gray?
Okay, I'm sorry. So yeah, Eva and Gray, thank you very much for joining me. And my daughter will be in there in 2 weeks, and God help you for having to put up with her. So her name's Summer, by the way, so you'll see her. So thank you so much, guys. And I'll be texting you, Eva, on Monday, okay?
Great. Thanks, Jenny.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was Crooked Soul Tattoo. Again, that's 47 Whiting Street in Plainville. And that's Eva Perez and Gray, her husband, nominated by Industry Hair Studio. Richie Cutts nominated them. So our next folks that we're going to have on tonight. So I actually text the folks over, Devon, over there at My Wife Didn't Cook restaurant. And I asked him who he would like to nominate. And he nominated another restaurant, which I thought was just really awesome, right? Because it's like, that's just love right there. And that's why I'm asking these businesses to nominate the next business, because I think that small businesses, you know, we can feature them, we can talk about them and shop there too, but they have to show each other's love and support as well, right? So I don't know. I was just kind of surprised, honestly, that My Wife Didn't Cook nominated Mofongo restaurant in New Britain. I want to see whether or not they have joined us yet. I want to see if they're on here yet. Hold on one second. No, but guess who is on here? I want to say hello to my friend right here. I don't know if he's going to join us or not. Maybe he will. We'll see. I don't know what he's up to tonight. He might not. So My Wife Didn't Cook did nominate Mofongo restaurant in New Britain. So I'm just waiting for them to join us. Hopefully they will any second. So that we get,
I am so naked. I am so naked.
Why are you naked?
This is the what is the little boutique's name? The adult stores. I am like the adult store right now, naked. My boobies are out. This is a great intro to Mofongo. I love Mofongo. I'm sorry I have a shirt on. It's okay.
Knows Vinny from Mofongo. Can you please let him know to join now so that we can
Yes. Well, Mofongo's is actually a great restaurant.
Yes, I've eaten there before. I like it there.
And it's like my go-to. I've done a lot of stuff. They've given out so much to the community, which is amazing as a restaurant. While COVID was happening, they were giving away food. For Thanksgiving, they gave away so many meals to so families. It was just amazing. And Mofongo is the best. Yes, DJ Kid Hype. Jenny, I'm like, I can't let you down ever. So I have to get on whether I have clothes on or not. But this is a very business live, but I am very, very, very happy that you're doing this. But Mofongo is the greatest. I'm there all the time. That's like a second home to me. It's so funny you're doing this. I came on. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for Mofongo to go on. So yes, Mofongo, get on. I love you so much, Jenny. I miss you so much. I can't get enough of you. If you guys didn't catch the Bad Marriage for Life that we did, people are still talking about it. It was so amazing.
Guys, it was so fun talking to you.
It was so amazing. It helped our marriage so much. You didn't even know it was like postpartum. You know, it was like right after Joanna just had the baby. We're only a couple months in. So yes, Mofongo, amazing. They're gonna get on. Jenny, it was just right for me to get on because you know I'm from New Britain and I love New Britain. So
tell you really quickly while we're waiting for Vinny to get on, that I started this because I went to my friend's restaurant and he was like me and Vic were there one night and he was talking to me about how hard things have really been. And this restaurant that I go to and frequent all the time, they've been in business for 40 years. They're a family-owned business. Okay, great food, great vibe, just, you know, nice Italian restaurant. And he was really, he had worry in his eyes talking to me and talking about, you know, how there's not a lot of people allowed in the restaurants right now and how they're trying to get a tent put up and the fire marshal's messing with them because they're saying, well, then that's indoors with the tent.
Right.
And it's just, these restaurants are suffering. Now, this restaurant has been for 40 years in business and they are trying to pay their employees.
Wow.
Awful what's happening.
We
really need to support our small businesses more than anyone right now. We need to get there and spend our money helping out the folks that actually live in our communities.
Yes, and it's really hard, Jenny, and that's why I'm so grateful that you're doing this. I mean, I went to Unknown and I was talking to them and they were like, this was so great that Jenny's doing this, but really businesses are suffering.
Yeah.
And you have to realize that, you know, this is what helps our economy and it helps also the economy of also the cities itself.
Right, yeah.
I was talking to Mayor Erin Stewart and she was saying, you know, it's so hard. We have to make sure that we support these businesses, and that we try to keep them alive, because it's very important for also for the, you know, for just the town, for the financial situation of the city itself. And
Right.
the city of New Britain, you know, it's really self-made and very homemade. And one thing about our town is that there's really people that don't leave New Britain unless they're coming on. We're just going to segue on
I'm
into.
gonna we'll wrap up in 1 second. Me and Stevie are pretty long-winded, but
Yeah.
no, I understand, and you don't want to be walking through any town and seeing vacant buildings.
Right, absolutely.
Because
And
vacant buildings, high unknown clothing, vacant buildings equal a lot of times to crime.
yes,
Too. So, you know, this is the thing about this. I don't want any money, and I don't want anything in return. I
right,
just trying to do what I can for the communities in Connecticut, Springfield,
right.
upstate New York, Long Island, the folks that know who I am and follow me. I want to do my best, you know, to help out. So
Here's the thing,
that's how I go about.
you are you're not selfish at all, and that's why I love you. And you using your platform to save even just our economy is huge. So that's a segue. Mofongo is coming on right now. Jenny Boom Boom TV. She does this every Tuesday, and she's been, oh my God, doing an incredible job with businesses. If you know any businesses, contact Jenny Boom Boom. I love her. This is my sister. Guys, you're doing an incredible job, Jenny, and I love you. And I didn't care if my hair wasn't done. You know, it's a whole production when on. So, but I love you so much that I am vulnerable enough to say, listen, I'm going to get on. When Jenny puts me on live, I'm on live because I love her, guys. Her heart is bigger than anything in this world. I'm in radio because of Jenny's good word. So right now, Mofongo is going up live. I'm Steve Nunes. That's Jenny Boom Boom. I love you so much.
Bye, baby. Have a good night, okay?
Yes.
Tell everybody in the family I said have a good night.
Oh my God, Joanna loves you. All right, bye.
Bye. See ya. Okay, well, there we go. And let's get on. Oh, there they are. Let's talk to Mofongo restaurant. I've eaten there before. My daughter, Summer, the one that's getting the tattoo in 2 weeks, she's the one that introduced me to it. And I like it. It's good. It's yummy food. It's nice and fresh and not too expensive. You can bring the kids and not pay your whole paycheck out. Hi, Vinny. Are you there?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? We haven't met face to face before. My name's Jenny. I've been in your restaurant.
Oh, thank you. Which location? You're Britain, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Great, great. Well, how was everything? Good? I'm hoping as well.
It was delicious, and I was just saying it's a good place for me to bring the kids. It's not going to cost me my whole paycheck to go out.
Well, that was the whole concept, was just get out great, delicious, made from scratch food. And again, be quick, right? But again, not break the bank. You know, a lot of our customer base that support us, that love our restaurant, that love the concept, they really say that, you know, I can get 2 meals out of one. And I actually love when I hear that. Even from a business perspective, I still love when I hear that, because you know what, the guests are going to come back when they're stuffed and they can go home. They can put it back in that microwave for like 15 seconds and say, you know, I had a midnight snack with the same bowl. So that's the whole point, the whole concept.
Yeah, I love it too because everything's so fresh.
Thank you. We make every day from scratch, every single day.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Mofongo. The location I visited is 260 Main Street in New Britain. But talk to me about your other locations and how long have you been in business?
So Mofongo opened up pretty much close to 4 years ago. New Britain obviously was the very first location that we had. I had an opportunity to get inside the brand new Parkville Market building earlier in like the month before the pandemic hit. So it was definitely a risk, but we went ahead and went forward with it. We didn't kind of give into what was going out there. We took precaution, and it worked out. So our location in Hartford is located at 1400 Park Street, like I said, in the Parkville Market building. And then we also have our brand new location in Windsor at 140B Broad Street in Windsor, the city of Windsor. So, again, we have 3 locations. They're pretty solid. We're working right now in our newest location. I've been in and out of all the 3 locations, but I've been a lot at Windsor the last few weeks.
Wow. Yeah, I saw Big Man actually was over there visiting, I think, in Windsor yesterday. I think he posted on his Instagram, so I'm sure I'm going to ask him about that tomorrow. He's going to say how good it was.
Which one are you talking about? Dame Drops? Or are you talking about Stevie Nunes?
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So everybody's coming by. And I guess I have to stop in as well. So how did you come up with the concept of Mofongo?
But my background really starts with that. I have a love and a passion for the hospitality and the food industry. So really, my whole life, I was just a chef. I was cooking in kitchens. You know, whether I was working in Mystic as an Italian with an Italian chef. I was working in Rhode Island as a Mexican chef for 2 years. I worked in Boston. I've been all around the Connecticut state. I've been in the casinos. So I've definitely been around, and I did it to kind of get to this point where I could have the ability to open my own restaurant, right? You need the experience. You need the knowledge to do something like this. But where did I get Mofongo from? So my father's from the island. Believe it or not, my grandfather, his name is also Vincent. Isn't that crazy? So his name is Vincent Becerra, same as mine. He had 5 restaurants in Puerto Rico back in his heyday. He's 84 years old. And if you look him up, or if you look up his restaurants, they're still there to this day. It's called the Placeres Restaurant. So they're throughout Puerto Rico. But really, so you can kind of say it's in the blood. But it's crazy. I did not get a chance to meet my grandfather until about 8 years ago. So I had no idea this whole time how I just had this energy, how I had this passion for this restaurant industry, and and listen, I always say sexy food. If you ask Stevie, you ask anybody who works, Matt, I always say the food's got to be delicious. It's got to be sexy. It's got to be amazing. I never knew where I got that from until I met my grandfather for the first time 8 years ago. And you know what? I got to say, my dad's from Puerto Rico. My mom, you know, she's American, like from Vermont. You can't get any whiter than that, right? I mean, she's like on the farm, you know, growing cheese and stuff like that, making cheese. So I got that part of me, and I got the Puerto Rican side of me. But what it was when I left my last job, I was an executive for a cheesecake factory for 7 years, and I ended up leaving, and I said, you know what, it's time for me to open my own restaurant. It's finally time. I ended up thinking about it, writing some business plans. I knew I wanted to kind of go towards more of my Spanish side instead of going to more American Italian, which I'm really good at in my background. So I said, no, I definitely want to go with something that's different. I want to do Spanish. I want to do Spanish, but with a niche. Something that's going to be not your everyday that you go down the street and you get the same thing, right? So that's what makes Mofongo different. But what gave me the idea for Mofongo was this. I was actually in Puerto Rico the summer before I opened the restaurant, and I knew it was going to be Puerto Rican and a Puerto Rican American. I knew it was going to have a twist to it, right? So I said to myself, but there's got to be something that's got to be different. So I took a vacation with my wife to Puerto Rico. We spent a good week out there, and I tell you, I had the greatest time. Of course, I went around everywhere. But one of the foods that I ate the most was, of course, I love mofongo. And I got stuck in this one place in Condado, and I loved the mofongo that I was having at that location. I went back like 3 times. My wife was like, all right, enough's enough. Like, we got to move on from the mofongo. So I ended up getting home that day. I mean, sorry, the end of the week, we got home, and I remember like looking at my business plan, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I have a restaurant. I already have pretty much the building, the lease. I'm gonna start leasing, and then I was like, you know what? I looked at my wife. I said, I'm gonna call it Mofongo. I want to do Mofongo, and that's gonna be my niche, because my experience in the States is wherever you go, wherever Puerto Rican restaurant you go to, wherever nice restaurant you go to that sells Mofongo, you always wait 20, 30, 40 minutes, or you get this too where it's like, oh, hey, listen, we don't have mofongo today because my grandma didn't show up in the back, or the chef left for the day, so you can't get mofongo. I've had that happen to me. So my thing was, I said, listen, I would love a restaurant where people can come in and get mofongo pretty much from whenever we're open to whenever we're closed. And to me, if they can get it within 5 to 8 minutes, that right there is a recipe for success, because not everyone can get mofongo quick, fast, and fresh. Listen, Jenny, I go through over 100 cases. Let me just do the math for you. It's like 5,000 pounds of plantains a week, 20,000 pounds of plantains a month between 3 restaurants. It is just a nuts how many plantains we go through.
That's incredible. And I just love plantains a lot. So you're making me hungry right now. What is the best thing on your menu? What is the best thing? Like, I'm walking into your restaurant. What is the one thing that I need to really have?
So do you like shrimp?
Love it.
Okay. The next time you're in one of my locations, I don't know why, ever since I put them on the menu, it's been selling like crazy. Try either the Jack Daniels rice bowl or the Jack Daniels mofongo. It's our nicely jumbo shrimp. We coat it in a beautiful cornstarch, potato starch. We lightly fry it. We toss it in a homemade Jack Daniels sauce. It's got a little sweetness to it. It's got a little acid to it, and it's delicious, Jenny. You toss it in that shrimp. You pour it over either your rice or your mofongo, and it's just with some salsa and some chimichurri, it's good to go.
Wow, sounds incredible. I love, sitting there in the window in your New Britain location. It's just such a nice, comfortable experience. How have things changed though since COVID? I mean, I'm sure that things have changed greatly inside the restaurant.
Well, certainly. I mean, here's the thing. I've spoken to a lot of business owners, and with COVID, with anything that this world throws at you, whether it's a war, whether it's a disease, a pandemic, as a business owner, you have to learn how to adapt to those changes. If you want to be successful, if you want to stay alive, if you want to survive, whatever is getting thrown at you, you have to be adaptable. So that was my biggest thing. When COVID hit, it was like early April. I was in the process of opening Hartford, and I'm like, here's COVID. Like, okay, now not only do I have to put a stop to Parkville Market for now, I have to protect my brand. I got to protect what's going to happen. I mean, I heard restaurants already throwing in the towel at the beginning of April. I heard restaurants giving up. What we're going to do. I saw the sob stories. I read the blogs. I saw people's Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But I said to myself, I'm not going to be that person. I said, no,
Right.
we're listen, I already I saw what was going to come. I knew that they were going to tell us that we couldn't have our customers in the restaurants. I was already talking to my local health department. I said, listen, let me know. Are you telling me in a month or two you think that this thing gets even worse, that we're not going to be able to sit there and have our customers? Are you saying that the government's going to shut us down, or are they going to allow us for takeout? And he was like, they're looking at talking about potentially closing the restaurants, only allowing takeout. I said, great. So I called my corporate team. I called my marketing director. I called my IT guy. I said, listen, you guys got 1 week to get me online ordering, to get me an app that people can go to their phones and order online. I said I want to renegotiate deals with Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash. I want to make sure that we survive this. If we have no idea how bad it's going to be, but one thing I know for sure is God knows that we're going to survive. When the end of the time is done, we're going to have 2 locations strong going. And here's the thing, Jenny, with that positive reinforcement, with that attitude to my team, to my staff, the day after that whole thing went crazy in the news, I called in all my staff. I had a big staff meeting. I said, listen, none of you guys are losing your job. No one's going home. No one's going on unemployment. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to fight for my dream. I'm going to fight for this restaurant. And if you guys are going to fight with me, we'll make this happen. And guess what, Jenny? We had lines out the doors. My sales increased. I never had a decrease. I never had a downtick. We went crazy on social media. We did promotions. I don't know if you remember, but I was one of those restaurants in the early stages where I was donating meals every single day to hospitals, to nursing homes. Over 7,000 meals I hand delivered with local support and my team every day, 7 days a week for almost, I think it was like 7 weeks, 8 weeks. It was nuts. But you know what, though? The support, the community supported it. They saw the good cause. They saw that the money that they were literally buying the food, right, from me, from my restaurant, so that I could continue the support to the hospitals. So it was just a beautiful circle of just people supporting us and being able to stay open.
Wow, that's an incredible story. Because you're right. A lot of restaurants were throwing in the towel, and they're nervous now. And before you got on, I was talking about the fact that my wife didn't cook, actually nominated you to be on with me today, which is interesting to me because I would think if I was a restaurant, I might be worried about nominating a fellow restaurant. But Devon wanted to make sure I nominate you, and I just think that's such a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah, I love Devon, and I love his wife, and they've been great friends of mine since they started. We both relied on each other for a lot of support. A lot of those owner to owners sit down and just have a quick little chat for 15, 20 minutes in our office, talk about the crazy pandemic or the crazy lifestyle that we have. Listen, Jenny, we don't have a life. When you're a restaurant owner, you're 24/7 on your phone. You're constantly on the go. You're constantly recharging your batteries, and you're back the next day. There is no day off, right? Mentally, physically, there's no day off. But no, they have been great support for me since the beginning. And listen, I can't thank him enough for all that he's done for me, and vice versa, that I can always continue to support them. So,
and I'm just letting you know, and you don't have to say it now, but on Monday, I'm going to send you a text and ask you who you'd like to nominate then.
Sure.
Okay. So I saw you have some deals going on right now. I looked at your Instagram. You have some deals going on. So do you want to talk about any of those deals right now?
Yeah, Jenny, one thing about Mofongo, since we started, we always have deals. We've always had deals since the beginning 4 years ago. And to me, that is what people are excited, right? Whether it's a scratch ticket or it's a promotion.
I want to save money.
Exactly. Everyone wants to save money. So I built that into the design and the concept where we're going to give weekly promotions every single week. And we have done that consistently since I've opened. So it's like people almost get excited. They're like, okay, what's going to be the deal of the week for this week? You know, I know right now, talking to my team, last week we had the buy one, get one half off on the Mofongos. We had the dollar empanadas 2 weeks ago, which is a big hit. We had buy two rice bowls, get one pork rice bowl free 3 weeks ago. This week, don't hold me onto it. I'm pretty sure it was the buy one, get one half off on the rice bowl. I got to double check on that. Check my Instagram again. But I do know right now, Jenny, that we do promotions every Tuesday and every Friday. And then also, if you're part of my 5 Stars app, it's a 5-star app. I don't know if you're familiar with that program, but it's literally on the App Store, and you can download it. You can actually highlight Mofongo. You can become a VIP, and I send out an actual text message to your cell phone every Tuesday and Friday, and that's more for my internal VIP. So about 2,000 people every Tuesday and Friday get an even better promotion, an even better deal that no one even knows about, whether it's a $5 bowl or a free soda with their meal purchase today. So we have a lot of cool promotions all the time going on.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm going to have to download that app, and I'm going to have to become part of the secret agent from Mofongo, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Get these awesome deals. So you said you worked in many different restaurants and, you know, many different types of foods. How did you learn how to open a restaurant, though? Because I feel like going from point A to point B, that must have been pretty hard.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing where I really have self-taught myself. Again, like I said, everything's by experience, but everything also by dedication, right? When I was 17, I was already reading Forbes magazines, entrepreneur magazines, cook magazines. I was not only was I working, but I was working towards eventually owning my own business. I knew when I was 17 that by the time I was 30, I wanted my own restaurant. I knew it. So I was literally asking questions. I was talking to other business owners constantly on a daily to weekly basis. I was very hungry. I was like a sponge. So my thing is when I got the chance to open the Mofongo, believe it or not, I mean, from the different restaurants that I got to help open for some of the corporate restaurants like Cheesecake Factory, California Pizza Kitchen, I was able to open up some of their newer restaurants as part of the opening team. So I already got my hands dirty with doing 1,000 interviews and talking to construction companies about missing certain tools or not having the right design or the wrong tile. So I already had that in my previous years of work from different companies. But again, putting my chef experience with my literally years and years and years of just self-teaching business and then working in the industry, when it came time to open Mofongo, I got to tell you, it was really easy. Because it came natural to me, just all the years of studying for it. It wasn't like I was in the construction business for 20 years and I had a boatload of money. I said, you know what? Let me open a restaurant. That's usually what I hear. Oh, I had all this money and I finally did my dream. I opened my restaurant. But honestly, those are ones that most of them that fail. They don't have any experience in the industry. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to control labor and control food costs and hire the right staff, put their aces in their places. They don't know how to run a busy Friday night. So those are the ones that didn't have experience and didn't self-teach or self-taught themselves for all those years. Again, to back to your question, to me, it just came natural almost. And it was beautiful how it just kind of flowed into the opening day, and we had a line on our door for 7 days straight.
Wow. And now you have multiple locations. So how's that going? I mean, I'm sure you've had to delegate some of your power to other folks to watch over these other locations, or are you just trying to do everything yourself?
I did everything myself for 3.5 years. This last 6 months, I was able to, thank God, hire basically a corporate team. I started building a team. And listen, you're nothing without your team. That's the one thing I can tell business owners. You're nothing without your team. I am nothing right now without my team. Whether it's my chef that works for me in New Britain or my chef that works for me in Hartford or Windsor, I am nothing without my dishwashers. I am nothing. At the end of the day, the people that make my restaurant successful are the people that work for me. And I love them and I respect them. And they're the ones that are going to help me grow. So at the end of the day, I've always recognized that as a business owner, I will never try to do anything myself. Now, the first 3.5 years, you know, we went through our ups, we went through our downs, like any business does. But as long as you keep fighting, you will be successful. And listen, right now, Jay, I have a director of operations, Drew. He's amazing. I have an operations systems trainer. Her name's Morgan. She's amazing. Tom does all my marketing and my IT and my website development. I got photographers and videographers. I got people on my whole team that I can just call right now. They can, if I say I want this promotion tomorrow, they'll make it happen. So again, I'm able to, with that freedom now, build into what I want to be the first Puerto Rican real chain from East Coast to West Coast. That's the future goal. But again, there's always going to be your ups and downs. Like I just, you know, we had our first 2 weeks, and listen, it was definitely definitely some a rough start, but we're definitely getting through the things that we have to get through to make that Windsor location successful.
Wow. Okay. So tell me all of the locations where they're where they're located. That made no sense, but all of your businesses, where are they located?
Simple, Connecticut, but no, they're all located. One's located in New Britain at
Right.
260 Main Street. That's
Right.
my baby, my original, my bread and butter. Then I have Hartford. That's inside the Parkville Market, but that's at 1400 Park Street in Hartford.
I've
And then I
heard
have my
a lot about the Parkville Market, by the way. Everybody's talking about this. This is quite the experience. Everybody needs to go experience this. A lot of my friends
yes,
are on, so
yeah, definitely Parkville Market is a different breed of my restaurant chain, but it's definitely it just stays busy. I call it a destination. It's like, people decided when I first went to Mofongo, New Britain, people decided to go to New Britain, right? Honey, where are we gonna go to eat? Let's go to Mofongo, New Britain. And when I saw the amount of people that showed up on a daily basis, I said to myself, "Oh my God, I have a restaurant that people are making a destination. People are making it a choice to come here." I wasn't just supporting the New Britain community. I had people from Springfield. I had people from New Haven. I had people from Bridgeport, Waterbury, Meriden, Bristol. It was just amazing. I talked to all of my great customers that supported me, especially in the beginning. And it was just like, you know what? I realized I had something. Now, with that same recipe, we try to mimic it and copy paste it into Hartford. And it was a huge success. And like I said, we just opened Windsor, which is at 14B Broad Street in Windsor. But Parkville Market's kind of interesting because it's inside this giant building. There is tons of seating that are COVID, right? 6 feet spacing. The owner, Carlos, he's a great owner. He actually put more money into the building next door, and he's putting more tables and chairs because wintertime is coming.
right.
And then if you go onto the second floor of Parkville Market, there's individual rooms with like 8-person style tables. So it's all COVID ready. There's a bar. There's you can get beer, you can get wine, you can get sangria. You can choose. I think there's 18 restaurants now, and of course there's Mofongo. So it definitely is just a different niche, and it's definitely awesome.
Well, I'm gonna have to try it. I'm getting back into society, Ben. I'm
Yeah,
slowly creeping back in. So I am gonna have to go try it though. I know my daughters were there the other day and they absolutely loved it. So they really
that's
enjoyed it.
awesome.
It was really fascinating talking to you. And I know that you mentioned that you do have a delivery service. So how do people go about ordering food to be delivered to their businesses?
Certainly. So now with 3 locations, we have, especially the Windsor New Britain location, we can actually deliver out to those local communities. Our 3 apps that we actually have our menu on right now are Uber Eats,
Okay.
DoorDash, and Grubhub. We're on all 3. From my experience with all 3, I definitely recommend going through DoorDash for checking them out first. If you like Grubhub, great, but I highly recommend DoorDash. I think their fees are a little bit lower for you guys. From what I get, they have more drivers, so your food comes out there quicker. And yeah, so that again, my experience with DoorDash, my recommendation is that. But again, with Hartford, there is no delivery just as of yet. I'm looking at doing an internal delivery system for Hartford. And back to New Britain and Windsor. Eventually in the future, we'll have our internal delivery. So we'll have delivery drivers, just like Domino's Pizza, going out there, bringing your food every day, all day when you want it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you getting on here with me today and talking to me about Mofongo. I mean, everybody loves it. It's delicious food. And I love hearing your story. It's very inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to see you soon, Vinny. And good luck with the new location and everything that you got going on.
Well, thank you, Jen. Thank you for having me on. And like I said, anytime you want to get a hold of me, you know how to get a hold of me on Messenger or on Facebook. You could probably just get my cell phone number from Stevie Nunez and hit me up anytime you want to meet.
Oh, and also, what is your website really quickly? Because I forgot to ask you that.
Yeah, it's mofongorestaurant.com.
mofongorestaurant.com. Well, thank you very, very much. And I will be contacting you on Monday to ask you which business you would like to nominate so we can keep paying it forward.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jenny.
Okay, bye, Vin.
Bye-bye.
So that was Vinny right there from Mofongo Restaurant. 3 locations now. Of course, you can follow them on Instagram or just check out their website and go and support because, man, it's not the dream opening up a restaurant or a business and it being that highly successful that you can open up other locations. I mean, it's just incredible. Big shouts out to Eva Perez and Gray, her husband, who were on earlier from Crooked Soul Tattoo, 47 Whiting Street in Plainville. And also shouts out to Vinny from Mofongo Restaurant. I always frequent the New Britain location, but there's 3 locations now from Mofongo Restaurant. Hey, tomorrow night, I'm going to have Who Will She Be Talking To Wednesdays. It's every single Wednesday at 7 o'clock, where you find out who I'll be talking to right when I go up at 7 o'clock. I don't promote it ahead of time. Tomorrow is an artist I'm sure you're pretty well aware of, and you, I'm sure, love his music. So he's going to be on with me tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for Who Will She Be Talking To Wednesdays. We do this every Tuesday, Small Business Tuesdays. So if you know a small business and you would like to get involved somehow, just DM me at Jenny Boom Boom TV. Right now I have businesses nominating other businesses. Eventually, though, I will be also, you know, picking other folks too. So just trying to do what I can for our communities. So make sure and go and support small businesses in your communities. Spend your money at these small businesses. Help out the folks in your own neighborhood, and it will just help your community thrive. It really will. All right. Well, thanks very much. I'm going to go eat dinner and go do some laundry. Yeah, that's my life. Tomorrow, Who Will She Be Talking To Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Do not miss it. You're going to want to hear what this artist has to say. Okay? Thanks very much. Bye-bye.